Welcome to this episode of Beth's Best, and this week we are talking about the San Francisco Bay Area, including the Napa Valley. We're going to talk about places to eat, places to stay, and most importantly, things to do, including a couple of winery recommendations and non-winery activities for those who want to do something else on their visit to the San Francisco Bay Area. We are in downtown Napa. We're about to check out one of the most popular activities or tourist destinations, so to speak, in Napa, and that is the Napa Valley Wine Train. I am so excited. It is March. We happen to be here for my birthday, so we have splurged and we've booked the Vista Dome car, which is a little special because you've got great views and private seating, and we're here for lunch, so I'm so excited. Let's go check it out. Getting on the train! So exciting! We're starting with complimentary champagne. Oh, did you find that out? Our wine train adventure. I would say definitely something that you should do if you're interested. The food was better than I expected. It's a very relaxing, kind of leisurely experience. Beautiful scenery, even though it did rain for a little bit. And the sun came out, so that was nice. The train itself needs a little bit of love and attention, but overall definitely worth a visit if it's something you're interested in, and I would recommend it. So Napa Valley is of course known for its wineries, so we should probably take a minute and talk about selecting which wineries to go to. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of wineries here for you to choose from. So there are a couple of different ways that you can go about picking which ones to visit, because you can't possibly see them all in one trip. Well, you could certainly try. But there are a couple of different recommendations that I have for choosing which wineries to visit. You can go by brand. So if you have a particular brand of wine or, winery that you really like and you already know and are familiar with, definitely go there, check it out. They probably have something there that at the estate that you can only get there that you wouldn't be able to get at home at your local liquor store. Or you can go by varietal. Cabs are big here, as well as Chardonnay. So if there's a particular type of wine that you like, a varietal of wine that you're interested in, you can narrow down your search that way and pick wineries that specialize in that variety. You can also go based off of location. So you can look and say, I want to focus my time on, this particular day in this area, and then use that to narrow down. I chose to go with the fourth option, other. I am an art lover. If you are a follower of Beth's Best, you probably already know this about me. So for the wineries that we were visiting, I wanted to narrow down by those with art collections on property. For me, it was kind of a killing two birds with one stone kind of situation. So that was the filter that I used. Since we're talking about, tastings and tours, a lot of the wineries require a reservation in advance. So that's something to look at. Make sure you check ahead of time at the winery that you want to go to. That way you can book that ahead. Tasting prices start usually about $25 per person. Some of them can go up significantly from there. In terms of the number of wineries, this is a Beth's Best tip. You only want to try and visit about 3 a day. That's what travel guides recommend, because after 3 per day, they all start to blend together, and it can be hard to remember what you liked from where and differentiate the different experiences. Too much wine can definitely sneak up on you. So that's the rule, 3 per day, and those are my tips and techniques for picking which wineries to visit here, because there are so many to choose from. And now, let's get on to the important business at hand. We are here at Robert Mondavi in Yountville, and we're going to do a tasting. Let's go. We've just started our first tasting of the day. Super tasty wines, great options. Their tasting menu starts at about $25, and then depending on the flight that you choose, it goes up from there. I think the most expensive one was $40 or $45. And they have some specialty wines, like a lot of the vineyards here, that you can only get here on property. So definitely worth checking out. We are at Hess Winery, the Hess Collection. Let's go check it out. We've just finished up our amazing tasting with Sue down in the tasting room. Super informative and educational. Really took the time to understand what we liked and what we didn't like, and then make recommendations based on that. Here's a Vet's Best tip. If you purchase 3 bottles, they will comp your tasting. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And now we're going to check out some of the amazing modern art that they have here on property. Just one of the reasons that we picked Hess to come and visit on our trip to Napa. You guys are not going to believe it. My favorite modern sculpture, nature work artist, Andy Goldsworthy. If you don't know who he is, check him out. He has a DVD called Rivers and Tides, which is excellent. We're at Hess. I had no idea what was included in their collection. Rounded a corner, and there are like 3 Andy Goldsworthy pieces right here at Hess Collection. So just another reason why you have to come and check this place out. For our third and final winery of the day, if you look out at the view, we can only be one place. The one, the only, Artessa Winery. With this fantastic vantage point, you can actually see on a clear day all the way to San Francisco and all the beautiful wineries that surround us. Super excited. We are at Artessa, and our lovely server Andrew is doing a great job sharing all about the different wines and letting us taste anything that we're interested in potentially purchasing and bringing home. So despite the rain, it is definitely still worth a visit to Artessa. They have a fantastic sculpture collection, and the taste room is gorgeous, so definitely something that you should also check out. We're at my number 1 activity outside of wineries if you are going to be in the San Francisco Bay Area. We're about an hour north of San Francisco, and we are in, you see the redwoods behind me? We're in Muir Woods National Park. This is a little gem of parks. It is tiny, but you are surrounded by all of these amazing old growth redwoods and other native species to the area. It's absolutely enchanting. If you have mobility issues, don't worry. There is kind of a paved or maintained path that you can take down in the valley floor, where you can still see all kinds of wonderful trees and things. If you're more adventurous, there are also hiking trails that you can take starting at about 1.5 miles all the way up to I think 4 or 5 miles for those who are fit enough to do that. You do need to make your reservation ahead of time to park here at Muir Woods. So make sure you go on their website and reserve your parking space. But this is absolutely worth the visit if you are going to be in Northern California. So my friends, remember those trails I mentioned? Whew. We're halfway through Alice Trail. Look it up on the map. It's one of the longest trails that they have here. It's kind of accidental, like you just start on a trail and you're like, what's around the corner? Oh, let's go up there and find out. And now here we are halfway up. But the view is totally worth it. Check this out. You can see the ocean out in the distance and everything. We are at Oxbow Public Market down in downtown Napa. It's this tiny little market, and everything local that they produce in the surrounding area around Napa Valley, they pretty much have here. So there are spices, there's olive oil, there's vinegar, there's cheese, there's beer, obviously there's wine. So this is some place you have to check out when you're here. We're at the Olive Press. This one is Sonoma/Napa. It smells like lavender. You guys gotta check this out. So nice. They have such beautiful products here.
We had this fantastic free cheese at a restaurant the other night, and it was so good. And I just found it here at Oxbow, so I'm super excited. It's the Cowgirl Creamery. It's the Mount Tam. I'm pretty sure all of their cheeses are fantastic, but Oxbow Market came through. It's great.
It's easy to think that California is all about wine. And yeah, there's a heck of a lot of wine here. But if you're looking for something different or you prefer beer, there are a variety of options for you as well. We are in Mare Island Brewing. We're here in Vallejo. The view is fantastic. The beers are great and the staff is friendly. If you have a nature lover in your group, you definitely want to come to Reyes National Seashore. It's about an hour and a half north of San Francisco, and it's really phenomenal. There's a variety of different animal species that you can see here, a variety of hiking trails with all sorts of levels of difficulty. So if you're not, super fit, don't worry about it. There's still a trail here for you, and they offer even camping if that's something that you're interested in. There's even a historic lighthouse from 1870.
National Seashore, and we were driving up to where we are now, which is Tamales Point in the Elk Reserve at the northern end of the park. And we did see some elk coming in on the drive here.
Yeah, a lot of wildlife.
Yeah, a bunch of birds, and we even saw a coyote, which was crazy.
We are in San Francisco's Presidio Park. It's a state park here in California. Now, San Francisco, the city, is massive with so many wonderful things to see and do. So that is its own video. We're not going to really talk about that here. We're sticking to the San Francisco Bay Area, including Napa. But I did want to point out Presidio Park for you if you're planning to come out to San Francisco. Tons of wonderful museums and activities, walking paths, hiking trails, and pretty much all of it is free. Now, if you are a subscriber or a long-term viewer of Beth's channel, first of all, thank you. Second of all, you know that I love Disney. I'm a Disney fanatic. I'm a DVC member. You guys already know this about me. So I did want to point out something that's here in San Francisco, just in case you are interested. Right over my shoulder here in Presidio Park is the Disney Family Museum, filled with all kinds of wonderful exhibits and media about the Disney family and their history and all kinds of artifacts about Walt's life. So this is something you definitely want to check out if you're a Disney fan when you are here in the Bay Area.
Little beat that worked up and down.
There's no denying that Napa Valley and the San Francisco Bay Area are a mecca for foodies. There's everything here from Michelin star restaurants like the French Laundry, whose gardens we're currently standing in right now in Yountville, all the way down to fast casual restaurants like Gott's roadside. There seems to be a lot of dichotomy. There's a lot of fast cash, a lot of high-end, and then even some places in the middle.
like Bouchon, which we're going to check out next. We are at Bouchon, the famous restaurant here in Napa, and it's kind of the younger sister to French Laundry, not nearly as expensive, but it's a French bistro, as you can imagine, and we're starting off with the deviled eggs, which look fantastic, so let's see what we can do here. Yeah. God's Roadside is a Napa institution. There are 3 or 4 locations here, and they are known for their burgers, their shakes, and their fries. Definitely something to check out. If you love oysters, you have to come to Hog Island Oyster Company. There are a couple of locations up here in Northern California. There's one even in downtown Napa, if that's more convenient for you. But I recommend driving all the way out to Marshall, California. It's right near Reyes National Park, because you get the amazing view. This is where they actually harvest all the oysters. So who doesn't want to have fresh oysters directly from where they farm them? I think everybody does. Let's take a minute and talk about where to stay when you are in the San Francisco Bay Area. So let me tell you what we did, because there are a lot of options available to you. There are fantastic hotels in downtown Napa, like the Westin. There are hotels in Sonoma, which are super convenient if you're just going to be doing wineries while you are here. There are obviously hotels north of San Francisco, up by Muir Woods and Point Reyes, where we've been and where you will see on this video. For our trip, we decided to stay actually east of San Francisco. We decided to stay in Pleasant Hill at the Residence Inn Marriott, Pleasant Hill and Concord, which is south of Concord and it is north of Walnut Creek, so it's kind of sandwiched between those 2 major communities with a lot of amenities. A lot of the activities that we were doing on our itinerary were north of San Francisco. We wanted to be able to still go into San Francisco, and obviously Napa is going to be to the northeast. So for us, when we looked at the map, trying to avoid the San Francisco traffic, staying here to the east in Pleasant Hill made a lot of sense. Now there are a number of hotels here in the East Bay area to pick from, and I will tell you why we picked the one that we did. The first reason that we picked the Residence Inn at Pleasant Hill was for this kitchen. I really enjoy the fact that Residence Inn properties are all studios or 1 bedrooms, or 2 bedrooms even, so that you are able to, make breakfast in the room or whatever. But the other nice thing about Residence Inn is that you don't have to make breakfast in the room if you don't want to, because they all offer complimentary breakfast at the lobby. So that's a great tidbit. But this was definitely one of the selling features for us. There's a Whole Foods, actually there's several Whole Foods, as you can imagine, in this area. So whenever we need something, wine, beer, whatever you're looking for, you can just pick it up on your travels, and then you've got a large fridge here to carry everything. So you're good. That's reason number 1. The second reason that we picked this hotel is because, as I mentioned, they're all studios or 1 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms, so even the studios are pretty darn big. And we're here for a week. So I did not want to be shoved into a tuna can, you know what I'm saying? So these rooms start at about 450 square feet, which is pretty generous. And a lot of these rooms, not all of them, make sure you ask when you check in, but a lot of the rooms actually have a fireplace, which is pretty great. Coming back from a long day out doing something in the San Francisco Bay Area, it's nice to be able to just relax and enjoy your room if at all possible. And you know what's crazy? I thought when we checked in that these were going to be electric fireplaces. No, they're wood burning. I didn't even know that that was still legal, but apparently this place is grandfathered in because you can actually purchase those like Duralogs, those, automatic logs, down at the lobby and just put them right to use in your room. Crazy. And not a reason to pick this hotel, but all of the rooms do have a king size bed. So I did want to show you that. And there's also
a bathroom that is unremarkable, so you don't really need to worry about that. But they do have granite tops that match the kitchen. Okay, so you've seen the room, so I'll briefly give you my thoughts about the Pleasant Hill / Concord Residence Inn. First off, as you know, the 3 reasons we picked this hotel were based off of the room square footage. I wanted the kitchen, and I love the fact that they have fireplaces, even though they are wood burning, which was a surprise. And the hotel has delivered on all of those points, and the location actually is pretty darn convenient. There are a variety of amenities right here within spitting distance, so that's been great, and the staff have been lovely. Downside is that the hotel, even though it went through a refurb, it still needs refurbing. Definitely a bit rough around the edges, and the maintenance could use a bit of work. But there are, if you're not interested in the Residence Inn, there are a variety of hotels here in Pleasant Hill and Concord to look at, so definitely keep that in mind. If you're coming here for the wineries, if you're going to be staying in Sonoma for the majority of your trip, or in Napa, or just in the valley in general, I would absolutely recommend ponying up the cash to stay there. It's going to save you a lot of time commuting. It's worth it, in my opinion. There are a variety of independent hotels in Sonoma and Napa. Yeah, all the big chains are still represented for the most part, but there are still an astonishing amount of independent, like boutique hotels. So if you're somebody who likes smaller hotels, you're gonna have a field day, because there are tons of great options. If you're a chain person, like the Westin is beautifully located in downtown Napa. It's right down next to Oxbow Market and the Napa Wine Train. You can walk to a variety of amenities if that's something that you are looking for. But when you're picking your hotel, tons of options in this area of the country. Be sure to pull out the map, figure out where it is that you want to stay in terms of like where you're going and what your activities are and what makes the most sense to minimize your commute.
Well, this is where I'm going to leave you for our San Francisco Bay Area tour. This is Cove Point. This is another free activity to do. I know I said we weren't going to talk too much about San Francisco itself, but this view is just too good not to leave you here. So thank you so much for watching. If you have a question, type in the comments below and I'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible. If you thought the video was helpful, like it, share it with your friends, and please subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll be notified on my next adventure. And I'll see you again real soon.